Okay, welcome to the tutorial on how to do your first MP3 fluency reading. What you want to do is first log into Learning on the Edge, like usual, and then go to Relaunch. After going to Relaunch, go up to Resources, and then to Production, and finally to Full Aviary Production Suite Login. Now that just clipped you down in case there's a lot of different resources. Then you actually have to click on the website itself. So here, click there. Okay, and that brings us to our Monroe Elementary Aviary Education login site. So I'm going to log in as Rosa today, S-A, and put in her password. Okay. All right, and you're going to come to the dashboard. What you see here on the dashboard says Monroe Elementary Creations. And then it says Class Creation Stream. What will be listed here is all the different people as they submit their things. You can listen to others read, you can listen to me read, and then of course you can submit your own project. So we're going to talk more about how we're going to submit our own project. So you want to make sure that your USB headset that I gave you is plugged into your computer, and then you are going to go up here to create a new creation and go to Edit Audio. Give Avery a second to pull up the file. And here what you have is a audio editing and recording suite, which is really cool. So you get to make your own MP3, your own MP3s that you can put on your iPod or MP3 player. It's pretty cool. But for now, we're just going to practice reading fluency. So what you want to do is go over here to this button to record. Now the first time you set it up, depending on your operating system, it might give you some directions to having to pick which mic you want to use. Usually the default one will be the USB headset you plugged in. The next thing you're going to do is go to Start Recording. So you're going to want to have your fluency piece that you're ready to read, and you're going to push Start Recording. I'm not quite sure if when I push this you're going to actually be able to hear me or not, but we'll see. So you can see that it's running and I'm recording, and you'd start reading. A field trip surprise. Mr. Pace wasn't our usual bus driver. He was filling in for our regular driver, Miss Quinn, who was homesick with the flu. Okay, and you continue reading your fluency piece. Then you'd push Stop Recording, and automatically it will play back for you. I don't know if you can hear that or not. If you like it, if you do like your recording and you didn't mess up, then you can go Import Project. If you wanted to redo it, you'd push Start Recording again, and it will start recording the whole process over again. You can push Stop Recording and Start Recording as many times as you want, and it will always refresh so that you can redo your reading so it sounds the best that it can be. So I'm going to stop recording and pretend like this was good, and I push Import to Project. Then it's going to give you a name that it wants to call it. That doesn't matter right now. You can change this name, but for now just leave it and go Save. It might take a while depending on your internet connection, on how fast it's able to process and what kind of computer you have. But then what you will see is that recording was saved up over in the corner. Do you see right here? This is your imported files, the file that you brought in. You just recorded something and you imported it. Now what you want to do is take this and drag it over to your timeline and let go. So now it's actually in the program. It allows us to save it or do what we want to it. There's many tools for muting and editing and putting on different tracks and putting on background noise, and all things we can learn at another time. But for today, we're just practicing on the basics of how to save it to our dashboard. Okay. The next step is, after we pulled over it onto the timeline, we need to go to File, and then we need to go Save As. Here is where you want to put fluency, week, whatever week we're on, this week, week 1, and then what you were reading. In this case, a field trip surprise. Okay? You don't have to put any descriptions. Oh, you should put your name. Well, no, your name will pop up. You don't have to put your name. And push Save as a new creation. It's saving it. So it's saving it to our dashboard. Then it says, now that you have saved your project, don't forget to mix down each saved version of your project. So let's mix it down. This sometimes takes a little bit depending on how long your recording is. So save down your mix. I'm not quite sure. I'm a little new to the program if you're going to always have to save it down as a mix, but it does then allow you to download it. And later I think that'll be a good thing to be able to do. So again, you know, that recording I made was super short, and it's kind of taking a little bit, so you might take your computer a lot longer. That's something we're going to have to play with. Okay, so right now if you wanted to, you could listen to it. You could download it as an MP3. You could download it as a WAV file, which will play on MP3 or play on iPods and so on. I think now you're pretty much done with this, so we can X out of it. Do you want to leave this page? Yes. And voila, it should pop up here. It should pop up here. I think when I refresh the page it will. So those are the directions, at least, on how you create your MP3 fluency reading. Thank you.